As I look at this picture, I wonder what Andrew Cuomo was talking about on the phone. So I picked up this great new shawl. I was at the nursing home. I saw her laying there. I picked it up. I figured, hey, she's not going to need this anymore. And it fit pretty nice. We had the terrible shooting in Boulder, and the leftist media was absolutely giddy to talk about white supremacy, until they found out that the shooter was a Muslim. And then suddenly we needed a national conversation about gun control. I think it's time for a national conversation about hypocrisy. So about a week ago, this happened. And as I watched it being played for Biden, I found it ironic. Because the last time I heard this song, I was watching The Man That Would Be King, which is about a fraud who deceives an entire nation into believing that he's a leader.
He bowed his head, his death to feel.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of similarities. So we can't be finished with the Biden falls, the gaslighting, the don't believe your lying eyes explanations. It was windy. His walk has a stutter. Okay, let's try. The steps are tricky. Yeah, I guess the steps are tricky if your mind's a puddle. I think there's other explanations. After all, there does seem to be a clumsiness problem with the corrupt. Do you suffer from swamp imbalance? Is there a general unsteadiness from being a total weasel? Well, you're not alone. Call the lid and see your doctor. Then again, maybe the guilt's getting to Joe, and he's hearing voices in his head.
They're trying to steal an election, They're trying to rig an election.
Joe is so old.
Oh, Johnny.
He's so old that he tripped 3 times trying to board Noah's Ark. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll give him some credit. At least Joe saluted when he boarded Air Force One, unlike his vice president, who he often confuses as the president.
President-elect Harris took hers today. Harris-Biden administration. Now, when President Harris and I...
Well, President Harris doesn't return salutes, apparently. Yeah, look at that. No salute at all.
No respect at all.
By the way, prediction. By the midterms, Kamala Harris will be president, and it was planned all along. So Biden did manage to start a border crisis. On day 1, Biden announced a 100-day pause in deportations, which is causing a new version of March Madness to go along with his brain. And this is how future President Harris reacts.
Do you have plans to visit the border?
Not today. But I have before, and I'm sure I will again.
It's time to play the try not to inappropriately cackle challenge. This is what she does when she's embarrassed and flummoxed over questions that she should be expecting. We've seen this before. Remember when she was announced as VP and went on Colbert?
In those debates, you landed haymakers, and now you guys seem to be pals.
It was a debate.
Not everybody landed punches like you did, though.
It was a debate.
So you don't mean it.
It was a debate. That the whole reason, literally, it was a debate. It was called a debate.
If she's president, if something like Pearl Harbor happens again, that's 10 minutes worth of Kamala cackling. Whenever she's surprised or doesn't have an answer, it's more cackle. Kind of like more cowbell. So by this weekend, even the media was beginning to put some pressure on Biden about the border. AOC strongly considered going back to the border to play peekaboo again with the parking lot. After the weekend when the pressure was really beginning to mount, Biden responded decisively by calling a lid at 1 p.m. This sent a strong message to any enemy who wants to cause a crisis. Please be sure to cause a crisis during Biden business hours of 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you. Speaking of business, Krispy Kreme is running a promotion. Show your vaccine papers and get a free glazed donut. Show your papers and get a treat. Just show us that you'll do what you're told and get a nice sugary snack. That's the cost of free choice, I guess. Just a glazed donut. They don't even throw in a coffee. So this also makes sense because 80% of COVID hospitalizations are obese people. So I guess the message is get rid of that COVID, but you keep that weight on. And also get a bonus stroke. So finally, Joe did his first press conference. He had cheat sheets. If you're so used to cheating, I guess it's just a hard habit to kick, huh? He circled reporters' faces to call on. I guess next time the journalists will have name tags on their foreheads. I wonder what some of the tips were on the cheat sheet. When they say Mr. President, they're talking to you. I do have to say, after watching this press conference, when Joe says he wants to challenge people to an IQ test...
Let's do push-ups together, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do. Let's take an IQ test.
I kind of think he's bluffing. When I ponder how much hostility Trump faced, it's not even close. By the way, hostility to the president doesn't really bother me. That's how I knew that Trump would not be a fascist. The press was so antagonistic, many times dishonestly so, that there was at least some solace that Trump would not overstep his bounds. I don't want any president to be totally comfortable in front of the press. But of course the media is totally lopsided. They're totally hostile to one side, and then they turn around and treat the other side with total tenderness. Like parents teaching their kid to ride a bike for the first time. It's very sweet. And speaking of the soft press, you have to consider our other leader, Fauci the germ pope. He's the highest paid government employee. He just got $1 million from another country, no one seems to care. And now he's going to be the subject of a children's book. Is this really necessary? We've already read The Boy Who Cried Wolf. And now it's the bureaucrat who cried wolf? I kind of find it ironic that the guy who refuses to treat you like an adult is getting a children's book. This guy has no incentive whatsoever to go away. Why would he want that? He gets to be on TV all the time, magazines, he gets to opine on whatever he wants. And the media and a whole swath of people just treats him like a deity.
Hey, hi guys, how you doing?
Hi, Dr. Fauci.
No one treats him harshly except for maybe Rand Paul. And now our kids have to be indoctrinated about his genius. He's being labeled as America's doctor. Oh man. If he's America's doctor, I'd like to make an appointment with America's lawyer, because this quack needs to be sued for malpractice. Thanks for watching, but I could use your help. So subscribe, like, comment, share, donate if you like, and check out more. Take it easy.